Making It Work is brought to you by Wealthsimple, which gives everyone access to simple, affordable investing on cruise control.
When I was 17, the only thing I wanted to do was move out of my small town. I had a very non-diverse graduating class of less than 90 students. It took half an hour to drive to the grocery store with the best prices, and I spent over an hour on the school bus every morning just getting to school. I was done with the isolation. I finally found an apartment in Chicago with roommates. I'd saved up the security deposit thanks to my job with a local wedding photographer. For most of my college life, the only money I earned was through work-study jobs. I mopped floors, changed light bulbs, rearranged classrooms, whatever was needed. I later got an amazing job in the library. But due to the nature of work-study jobs, I was unable to work more than 20 hours a week. And at minimum wage, working only 20 hours a week on top of my homework assignments, I had a lot of difficulty finding a second job. Every month, I made a little under $700 to pay for my living expenses. This was for everything: rent, utilities, phone bill, food, etc. I had to get extremely creative. Here's how I managed everything. Number 1, rent. To start off, I was specifically looking for an inexpensive apartment that wasn't in a terrifying neighborhood, and I couldn't pay more than $400 in rent. For anyone in a major US city, you know how bananas that is. I found a 3-bedroom apartment on the far, far northwest side of Chicago, where I had to take a bus to the train to get to school. Thankfully, I had a free public transit pass provided for students, but it took an hour and a half on average to get to class or work. It was rough, but the entire apartment was only $1,100 a month. And it was nice. The only thing it lacked was laundry, and of course, the location wasn't ideal. Otherwise, I seriously lucked out. Total, $366 a month. Number 2, utilities. Utilities in total included gas, electric, and the AT&T bill. These were the biggest stress factor for my college experience. In the summer, my roommates liked having the air conditioning on, which could make my bill more than $120. That was a panic, but I always made sure I had at least $85 in my account to cover just the electric bill. The scariest situation ever was during the 2013 polar vortex. With wind chill, it got below negative 40 degrees in Chicago. That year, we got a gas bill for our heating that was over $600. I genuinely cried. I called our gas provider to see if there was some sort of mistake. There wasn't. I sold a piece of camera equipment and got a little bit of help from my family to pay for this bill. Average, $80 a month. Number 3, phone bill. Prior to moving to Chicago, I had a cell phone, but not a smartphone. I got my first smartphone after I moved, a free iPhone via my provider, and my bill was $60 a month. Total, $60 a month. Number 4, food. I had a $40 a month food budget, and I ate 100% crap food. I ate a lot of $1 McDonald's cheeseburgers, which was an inexpensive way for me to get out of my apartment. I ate a lot of peanut butter, and I had a quesadilla maker, so I ate a lot of canned refried beans and tortillas. At one point, I so desperately wanted a dessert, I fried cut-up pieces of tortilla in a pan with oil and covered them in cinnamon sugar. I was really, really broke. I also wasn't great at cooking and was generally depressed. I 110% blame my diet on me being depressed, and then being depressed made me not want to cook, so I ate crappier. It wasn't until I realized I qualified for food stamps that I started eating better. I suddenly went from a $40 a month food budget to an almost $200 a month food budget. The minute I got that first $200, I cried and went to Whole Foods. I got into eating some better things, and the food stamps genuinely were my saving grace. The $40 I'd budgeted prior went to treating myself to dinner with friends on occasion. Just places like Potbelly and Chipotle, but still a treat. Total, $40 a month. Number 5, laundry. Doing laundry when you don't have a washer and dryer in the building is awful. I had plenty of clothes though, so I only did laundry once a month. Towels were used twice, jeans worn multiple times, and my mother equipped me with multiple sets of sheets. I would drag my folding cart/laundry basket up and down the stairs each month and then walk to the laundromat. It would cost me about $15 to wash and dry absolutely everything I had. Total, $15 a month. Number 6, remaining funds. This is where some wiggle room happened. Mostly, I put a little bit of money into savings for school break. When you are on break from a school term, you typically are not allowed to work a work-study job. I had to anticipate not getting a paycheck between breaks in the middle of the school year. Total to miscellaneous expenses and savings, $139. These 6 items accounted for my entire budget. There were many times where my bank account was less than $3 the day before my direct deposit hit. My saving graces were my tax refunds every year, and extra amounts I could save when I got to a certain level with my photography. In retrospect, I am still amazed I pulled this all off. I didn't destroy my credit, I didn't go into more debt by living on campus instead of an apartment, and really, I wouldn't change a thing. I learned how to manage my money. I really gained an appreciation for money, and I would do it all again. Of course, living this way was hard, extremely hard, and I don't recommend eating the way I did. But you live and you learn.
We may always be striving for a better life, but building the future you want means starting with what you have. And with a company like Wealthsimple, you can start investing now, no matter where you stand financially. Wealthsimple is online investing that's as simple and human as it gets. In just 5 minutes, they'll build you a custom portfolio to fit your personal goals and timeline. Just answer a few easy questions and they'll manage your money for you on autopilot. Set it, forget it, and let your money grow in the background. You can turn on automatic deposits as well as set up a smart savings account with higher rates than big banks for your shorter-term goals, your wedding, your next great adventure, or that handbag you need. They also have a socially responsible portfolio that invests in green stocks and companies that support gender diversity. The fees are much lower than big banks, and TFD viewers will get their first $10,000 managed for free with no minimum deposit. Check them out at wealthsimple.com/TFD or use the link in our description. There are no account minimums, and it only takes a few minutes to start. No excuses.